Getting reports that apparently killer clowns have invaded schools out there, and this is getting a lot more disturbing because a couple of weeks ago, remember, the killer clowns did vow that they were going to be invading complexes. They already attacked a cinema over there in London before. Now they're invading schools, where apparently, again, many kids in those schools have filmed killer clowns themselves. We got the chance to interview a young student who got the chance to talk to us exclusively on our Instagram page to tell us his story exactly on what happened. Now, before we get there, though, there was a footage that was sent months and months ago to the Gaming Weekly that shows a killer clown literally inside the premise of a school. We're going to go ahead and replay that footage to show you a little bit of a representation of what happened and to give you a depiction of the image itself. Then we're going to go ahead and take you to the interview concerning the student that saw the killer clown inside his school. Well, we kicked off the interview by asking, we understand that you have seen a killer clown inside the school. Take us through it, please. He replied back by saying, yeah, bro, me and my friend saw a killer clown literally in the hallways during class, and we filmed it. We were scared as heck, man, and I thought he was going to start attacking us, but he looked at us and turned around and went outside. We told the teacher on what happened, and we were on lockdown until we were cleared. We then asked, that must have been quite the shivering experience. So we have plenty of different questions to ask. The first one is, what do you think they were doing inside that school? He replied back by saying, honestly, I think they want to scare us. I don't know, but I think they want to give us a scare. But what they don't know is how they can get themselves in trouble if they keep doing that. Look, I think they are going too far, and I keep hearing how they want to rise up on Halloween, and to be honest, it's getting creepy. I'm not gonna lie, these people need help, and God knows what I will do if I'm walking in the streets and I see one of them. I really have no idea if I should run or if I should, well, beat the living blank out of it. We asked, okay, so what are teachers and staff members saying right now at your school? He replied back by saying, they sent out messages to everyone at school and to even our parents warning us about what's been happening about the clown scare. The teachers keep telling us to avoid going outdoors at night and to make sure to always stay in a pair if by any reason we are outside alone. We proceeded to ask, how serious are people taking these warnings? He replied back by saying, at first nobody took it seriously. We all thought it was a hoax, to be honest, until the news broke out that a clown was inside our school roaming around the hallways during class. We filmed it, and ever since, people have started to get freaked out. I'm not gonna lie, I also thought it was false, so I never cared about the warnings by my teachers, but now seeing that clown in the hallways, dang dude, I'm taking it seriously now. We then asked again, how afraid are you to go to school now? He said, nah, I'm scared as heck. When I saw that clown guy walking around and looking at us, I knew something wrong was happening. I'm scared to go to my own school now. How messed up is that? I don't know, man. I have no idea what's gonna happen next. I just hope they stop, honestly. We then asked him, what has your school done in trying to ensure the safety of you and the rest of the students and staff? He replied back by saying, when we went back to school the next day, it happened. There were a lot of security guards, not gonna lie. It made me feel a bit comfortable walking around the school, but who knows? I heard these clowns want to be in groups, so what if next time they walk inside in groups and they start breaking things and other stuff? I don't want to get hurt. We asked him, what have your friends say about the situations? He replied back, same thing like me, really. They said they got scared and don't want to return to school until all this is cooled off. All of us are going to be closer than ever before, you know what I mean? I mean, my friends mean the world to me, so I'm going to make sure we're all close. We are always going to make sure nobody's going to be alone. We then said, what about your parents? What have they said? He then answered, "They told me to always keep on the lookout. They even told me to call them if anything like that ever happens again. So the thing that sucks a bit is how my parents want me gone by 5 now. They used to let me hang out after school sometimes, and I had to get gone by 8. But now, because of what's going on, they told me to come home by 5, while there is still light outside. It sucks because I do miss hanging after school, but I also understand what my parents are going to try to do, or what my parents are trying to do. They want to try to be protective, so I ain't going to get mad over it." We asked him, October 31st is the intended purge. Are you going to have any plans on that day? He replied, "Nah, which sucks. COVID ruined Halloween last year, and now these killer clowns are going to ruin it for me. I'm not going to even step a foot outside my door on October 31st. That blank is too creepy. Because I have a feeling some clown is going to be running around in the streets with a machete or whatever the heck. It's better to be safe inside my home than to be out in the open and can possibly be targeted. Who knows, maybe I'm over-exaggerating it a bit. So to be honest, I'm not sure." We asked him, "Do you think this ever is going to stop?" He replied back by saying, "I do think so, yes. Eventually these guys are going to stop. I honestly don't know when though. I heard they want to do this every year, which is stupid. But eventually this is going to die down. I know it. But the scary part is how they're going to be at this for the time being." Finally, we replied, "Good point. For my final message, is there anything you want to say to those who are a student like you and might face this issue?" He replied back by saying, "Please stay in pairs. If you see a clown in your school, just go the other way and get a teacher or call 911, but don't ever approach the clown. Who knows what they want to do to you. Just make sure to always be safe, no matter what." And the situation is yet to be rectified, folks. I mean, we have been saying this over the past week or so, how every single time we talk about the killer clowns and the subject and how the killer clowns are rising up, everything is getting worse and worse and worse. They were talking about for so long that they were trying to rise up and scare the society. We, of course, thought they were bluffing, but then they invaded the cinema just a couple of weeks ago. They talked about how they were going to invade schools. Now we got a video, apparently, where there was a killer clown roaming around inside the school. So, nonetheless, though, ladies and gentlemen, despite the fact that these killer clowns are, well, all crazed and psychopaths, there is nothing to worry about. There is no way a bunch of killer clowns are going to rise up on Halloween and actually try to take over the world, because I said it before in the interviews. There are more people out there than clowns. The clowns, according to Boo the Clown, the leader, there are 500,000 clowns worldwide. Well, guess what? We have so many more. We have the police, we have the military, we have the capabilities, and we do have the advancement. So if they ever want to take down society, keep in mind, we have more people on our side than those clowns. So I kind of view it as impossible. What scares me the most, though, is how these killer clowns are looking to pick off these students, these kids, one by one. I don't think they're going to be picking off people in groups. So that's why it's always critical and crucial, folks, whoever's watching this video, if you're going to be outside at night, it's best to not be alone. It's best to be in groups. It's best to make sure that you will indeed be with your group. Once again, I will say this. We are getting prepared for what's to come here, and this is going to be perhaps one of the most critically important couple of weeks here over the next few weeks. We're going to keep an eye exactly on what these killer clowns are capable of. Well, we already know what they're capable of. They're capable of destruction and fear, but we want to see if they're going to continue their reign of terror or if they're going to perhaps stop. And what will happen on October 31st? That is the question, ladies and gentlemen. We do not know the answer to this question, but on October 31st, it will indeed happen, perhaps, in the minds of the killer clowns. We will see you next time. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more information.